wash everything and the whole 9 yards. It's like, I mean, the screen room came off, the brown tarp came off. All that was sitting here was the tent right now. In other words, yeah, I need a voucher. I need to get into a place. I can't keep going like this. Neither one of us can.
Hey, Marlon.
He gets a day off and we're having to put this back together again.
Go ahead and play that video again, because coming on right at the beginning and nobody's here to actually see it, unless you go back to look at it, then you won't even see it. But that's a video that was in real time of a homeless female veteran and her caregiver who I started advocating.
It's like when we come here to check at the tent is like, it was totally apart. And we're having to fix everything. We've got to wash everything and the whole 9 yards. It's like, I mean, the screen room came off, the brown tarp came off. All that was sitting here was the tent right now. In other words, yeah, I need a voucher. I need to get into a place. I can't keep going like this. Neither one of us can.
Hey, Marlon.
He gets a day off and we're having to put this back together again.
I hope y'all heard that. That was in real time. Let me see. What's today? Wednesday? I believe that was in real time on Monday. Real time. And since then, we've been reaching out to organizations, and I'm like, wait a minute, these organizations still have money. So we reached back out to Tunnels to Towers, I believe it is. Tunnels to Towers. So they've put them up in an extended care facility. She's a former, homeless veteran used to have a voucher before the voucher was terminated. Not because anything she did wrong. She was doing everything right. Even when I intervene, I'm like, you did everything you're supposed to do. It's the community who is not educated, who doesn't know how to house homeless veterans. We have, I can't even say enough about how much resources, how much money. Hey, Mel Jackson, the second, thanks for joining again today. We have so much money in our community, but when our community members don't know how to access the money, then that's when things get muggy. Let me turn this around. Oh, thanks for joining my club. I'm trying to flip the camera. Okay. So now everybody can see everything. So thank y'all for being here. I got caught up in my winter craft and I looked up, it was already 5 p.m. I'm like, ooh, I go live at 5:15. Let me go on ahead and get on this camera to share knowledge and information that was exclusive. It was exclusive to the VA. exclusive to the vet centers, exclusive to veterans who came to my workshops at Chicago City Colleges, and veterans who came to my workshop at Prairie State College, and veterans who were incarcerated at the federal municipal. Um, 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 I just call it the federal prison, but it has a real name. It's the Metropolitan Federal Bureau of Prison, something like that, here in Chicago, and also Cook County Corrections. So all of those veterans were privy, and also all the social workers and case managers, program managers, human care professionals. So all of those professionals were privy to the information and knowledge for over 22 years. I just started coming live back in August, really to share this knowledge. Before, I was sharing information on, my health, how I was able to heal from having a heart attack, COVID-19, pneumonia, and a stroke. My workout, and because I wasn't even thinking about working, I wasn't thinking about really coming into the public to work. I was already still at the VA, so I didn't have to tell y'all nothing. But as you know, things change over time. And what changed that dynamic was the new administration in the White House, when they said, well, people got to go. People, they were firing everybody. And unbeknownst to me, I'm a volunteer going there sharing my knowledge. This is my third edition, Veterans Buying Real Estate Guide for Today's Market. And this book right here was the book that I used along with my team when we go to Jesse Brown VA. Let me show y'all over here on these other platforms right here. When we go to Jesse Brown VA, and do the workshops. And then over here, let me see, is this it? Now it's the city colleges. Let me turn the page. Chicago City Colleges right here. So for me, I had a captive audience. I was making a real good living housing homeless veterans as a realtor. And as a provider, as a consultant. Hold on a second. Something fell and is dropped. Oh, here it is. It's underneath something else. My bad. Forgive me for that. Oh, scatterbrain, but it's right here sitting on my lap. So somebody asked me the other day. Oh, and by the way, let me just introduce myself to y'all. My name is Yvette Jones Swanson, and I am the veterans. I'm the national. Oh, that's the map, right? Well, I've got a lot of veterans who I have serviced in these states, and then now we have members of the community who have purchased my books who want to service in these states. So I teach through my publications and workshops and master classes and intense classes how to work effectively in the homeless veterans community. That's basically it. I've been housing homeless veterans now for over 22 years. As a realtor, I was a homeless veteran. Domestic violence by the hands of my then actively serving Marine husband. And I've been housing homeless veterans for over 22 years, housed over 5,000 homeless veterans let me show you that, from homeless to through their transition, helping them find transition, helping operators set up their transitional housing. It's been a lot. It's been a lot of work, a lot. And I was asked today, that's what I was getting ready to tell y'all. I was asked, how do you continue with this? How do you stay in this in this sector, in this area, to be around homeless people? Huh. I'm like, you know what? That's an easy question, and it's also a heartfelt question. And thank you all for being here. It's like 109 people over here on YouTube. All right, all right. Thank y'all. And two people over here. And see, I'm not seeing that right on TikTok. I don't know. But y'all can come back and watch it on YouTube later. Housing homeless veterans. And I didn't know until I started talking about the book I wrote. Where is it? Oh, I have 31 books, but this book I wrote specifically to help operators in who say they want to open a veteran shared living model home. This is transitional, but it could be, it just depends on who your market is. And I always say, get the book, you know. But let me answer the first question first. How do I stay motivated working in this field? Thank you for joining my club. How do I stay motivated working in this sector of homeless people? Oh my God. Y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know. But for over 22 years, it's something that you got to know I love doing. And the reason I love doing it is because we have veterans who need help. We have veterans um, who I can't even get to. And that's why it's been such a blessing to be able to write the books, to teach you how to do exactly what I do. I'm in Illinois. You know, if you see the map back there, we just put North Carolina here. We have an advocate, Tariq from North Carolina. I don't even know if he's here because I don't have on my glasses to see on TikTok. But he and his crew, they are the newest to be advocates to serve homeless veterans in North Carolina. I don't know what city. I forgot what city he said, if he even told me. But it doesn't matter because he can serve the whole state. Because once you learn what I know, you can do it where you are. You can do it wherever you are. You know why? Because we have homeless veterans in all of these states right here, where you see above my head, we have homeless veterans. And another thing that I want to tell you that you need to know is that all of those homeless veterans can have access to federal benefits in this book right here. So I tell all of my operators, all of my intending on becoming operators of veteran model homes, learn the benefits of that veteran. Because what you don't want to do in my group, because we have a conversation, I'm going to show you how you don't want to keep them stuck in your shared living model home. Why, Yvette? I want to keep that money coming every. Why do I have to? Hey, Tarita, why do I have to let them leave? I want to come back every month to get that money. That's my business. That's what I want to do. That's how I'm supporting my family, by housing homeless veterans in my veteran shared living model home, and they can stay there as long as they like. I've heard that before, but why? Why? when veterans have so many options to benefits that they don't even know about. And now you're an operator of a veteran shared living. Please don't say you're an operator of something that I'm teaching you and you let them just rot in your property, in that bed, just to say you got a check coming in every month. No, that's not how I teach you. I teach you to elevate, and I teach you to help them elevate. not stay in that house. And so I got 5 houses with 55 formerly homeless veterans that they all paying me every single month. And they have no options. They have no options of learning how to become a homeowner. They have no options to learning what their benefits are. Yeah, they got a bed, they have a roof over their head, and now they're going to work every day, just barely making it. That's why they are staying in your transitional housing unit, because they can't afford a full rent or a mortgage. But why let them just stay there without helping them elevate? That's where you're missing the boat as an operator. That's where you're missing the rest of the bag. And when I tell operators, is they're like, Yvette, I never knew. I just thought I'm going to run me a transitional housing. Well, that's what you want to do. If that's where you want to stay stuck at. So once again, my name is Yvette Jones Swanson, and I am the National Veterans Homeless Housing Advocate, Realtor, consultant, and professional services in the GovCon space. And I am also the newest member on the elite. I'm going to spell it out, and then I'm just going to spell it out. It's elite, SDVOB. That's the Service Disabled Veteran Owned Business here in Illinois. There are several elite federal 501c19 groups all across the country. And the one I am the executive board member on is here in Illinois. And what we do is help veterans navigate to funding, help veteran business owners navigate to companies, corporations, the federal government, the various departments. You want to work with DOJ. You have a transitional housing for ex-cons who are being not terminated. What's the word I'm looking for? Released from incarceration, and that's a contract. A whole contract. So that's what I teach you. My teaching is a little bit different from, because I am on the government side. I've worked in the government as a volunteer housing homeless veterans and teaching while I was there in the VA system itself. Hold on. I got something to show y'all. This was my badge right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. All right, this was my badge, and it says volunteer. And this volunteer badge had to get fingerprinted, background checked, all that stuff in order for me to go into the VA and teach. Not just from this book. This is the Veterans Housing Buying Guide for Today's Market, where my team and we taught veterans how to move from homelessness into transitional housing, a rental unit using HUD VASH or any SSVF funding, and also home ownership using their VA loan. And that's what I teach you as a veteran. Hold on, let me get the book. As in my book of Guide to Veteran Shared Living Models. So you can go to my bio and get that. Because veterans have so many benefits, right? I was a homeless female veteran. I was in a really, really bad situation, married to, oh wait, y'all don't even see. Hold on. Y'all got to see the young me. All right, that's the young me up there. I was 19 when I got out of the Army. And I got out of the Army because of military sexual trauma had messed my brain up. And they said, wait a minute. But they didn't know that. They just thought I was all messed up. You got to, honorable discharge and everything. But at 19, coming back home to public housing, I didn't come home to my own house. I came home to public housing where my mom and dad and siblings lived, and my daddy died, and my mama moved, and now I got to marry old boy because I don't even have a real job to pay any rent anywhere. I don't have anything. Wow. I wasn't prepared for life at 19, leaving the military. So, being in that type of situation, I didn't have many choices because when I was released, when I was discharged, not released, when I was discharged from the Army, I was discharged with no benefits. And people ask all the time, why are there so many homeless veterans? Well, the veteran doesn't have his or her federal benefits. Yeah, federal benefits. They don't have their state benefits. They don't have county benefits. They don't have anything from the city. They don't have anything. So now, if a veteran doesn't have anything, what happens to that person? Well, homelessness. If they don't have family for them to come and stay until they get settled in life, doing something. Other than that, you're homeless. That's the reality. So you have a transitional home that you're opening for veterans. Don't let that be their last stop. You be their springboard to those benefits. So go to va.gov, and when you go to va.gov, do a / get started and download this book and start reading this book. So you say, I'm opening a veteran shared living model home. Let me find out how I can help better serve this veteran. That's one thing. And then you've got your state benefits. My state is Illinois. So you go to Illinois Department of Veteran Affairs, or North Carolina Department of Veteran Affairs, Las Vegas Department of Veteran Affairs, and you get this book and you start studying. So when you open your doors and you have everything already set up, then you'll know what questions to ask and how to help them navigate. That's what you do. Now you say, well, Yvette, I'm losing veterans doing that. No, that's not what I'm saying. Because the way I teach you in my book and in my private group and in my workshops and my master classes and my intensives, I teach you. I'm government. I want you to be able to access this money that the government is spending for homeless veterans. Oh, what was the department? DHS? Was it DHS? I don't even remember. But one of my contractors sent me an email yesterday, a text message to show me that this department is in need of transitional and permanent housing for the veterans who are being released from incarceration. So now, if that's you, if you are an operator of a veteran shared living model home, you could put in a bid for some of that money. Now, they don't want just a bed, and that's what I keep telling people. Housing homeless veterans, operators get paid through the programs they create. Yeah. Should I say that again? So you're looking to house veterans. I got the bed, I got the bed, I got the bed, I got the bed. Okay, well, then that's all you will ever have is the bed. So go get my book in the bio. You want to be invited to my private group. Take a picture of yourself holding the book and send it to me, and I will add you to my private group. I'm putting some things together for next year. I did a workshop. I did a master class last week. I was so nervous. I lost my notes and I'm like, wait a minute, this is what I do. I've been doing this for 20 plus years, 22 plus years. I just said, there you go. There you go. There you go. So the intents to that class will be in January, because we're already at the end of December. So if you have not purchased any of my books and you want to be in my private group, then that's your first step. And then I share more information with you. And then I have classes that I teach you even more. And I do it this way. I want you to read first. And I do it this way because otherwise, what are we talking about? You don't know nothing. You're going to tell me hearsay. I'm going to be like, nope, that's not how we do it. On the government side, you're going to tell me what other people are doing. I'm going to be like, nope, that's not how we do it. On the government side, you're going to tell me all of this and that because you haven't read my publications. And if you have not read my publications, then we don't even have a conversation. I take what I do very seriously, and I'm not trying to have somebody, what they call it, let me pick your brain. I have an invoice for that. Oh, let me pick your brain. All right, there's the invoice. Go right ahead. Send me everything you want to ask me, and I'll send it back to you in writing. But I'm not going to be on the phone with anybody who's not educated on what I put together to educate you on, to bring you up to speed to work with homeless veterans and the government. If not directly with the government, with those agencies that the government has allotted over $900 million to help house these homeless veterans and to help veterans not to become homeless. The main problem we had in Charlottesville, Virginia, is uneducated realtors. I'm a realtor, and I can say that because you're not educated on housing homeless veterans. I want to prove it to you. Hold on. Oh, I don't even go to the MLS looking for apartments, condos, and houses. I don't. And I've housed over 5,000 homeless veterans and just got a commission check today for housing. Well, my showing agent, she did that, but we split it because it was my client's units. Hold on one second. Let me tell y'all. Let me show y'all this. A lot of realtors are walking this way, and I'm just going to ask if they know how to house homeless veterans. Do you know how to house homeless veterans?
No.
No.
Okay.
I sadly do not.
I do not, but I would love to learn.
I do not. I do not, but I would like to know how. The answer to that is no.
No. Do you know how to house homeless veterans?
I do not.
I do not.
Do you know how to house a homeless veteran?
He's a veteran and he would be
Come
homeless
here.
if I did not house.
We're here at the Capitol, Illinois State Capitol. This is the lobby day for Realtors. And I did make an announcement on the bus about my 3-hour course that I wrote to teach Realtors how to work effectively with a homeless veteran. Just because the veteran is homeless doesn't mean they don't have resources to use to get housed or to get anything else they need, because they do. But how do you get to those resources to help that homeless veteran get housed? I've got the class, and it'll be out soon.
That's how I know, because those are my colleagues. I didn't know any of those realtors just walking that way. I just said, you know what? I am really, really pissed off, to be quite frankly with you, because not only did I write the book, but I also wrote the class and had the class licensed and approved by the IDFPR to teach. And when I went to propose to teach the class, we're not doing that. But you want to give me an award, but you don't want to teach. You don't want to have me teach realtors how to house our homeless veterans, our nation's heroes. So I wrote the book. I got the book. The book is in my bio. Go get it. And I'm also going to do a master class. So you won't get credit because I'm not relicensing this unless a board hires me first. And it's a 6-hour and not a 3-hour class. You've never housed a homeless veteran before as a realtor. I know, because you refer your homeless veterans or your veterans to me and then tell me, oh, Yvette, I just can't work with them. I don't want any commission. You can keep everything if you can get them rented. Oh, that's because you don't want to learn. I got you. What do they have? Don't worry about it. I'll ask myself. What are you working with? Oh, snap. Ooh, I got you. I know exactly where you can go. You do, Yvette? Yes, I do. I make a phone call. Yep. All right. I'm going to find out the best time that he can come over. All right. I'll let you know. I know, right? All right. Thanks. You have a great day too. Bye-bye. Hey, what's your availability today? You know where it is. I've already sent you the flyer. You have the address. You saw the pictures. He said, let me see. Let me go and look on Google Map. Man, all right. You know what? My sister just said she can take me over there. I said, okay, good. If you like it, just let me know, y'all. Let me know. And then just email me your moving papers. I'll set you up in the system where you sign all of your disclosures, you know, because I'm talking to you. I'm representing you. That guy over there, I know him. And he's giving me approval. But yeah, I'm not representing him. That's his thing. But yeah, he likes you. He's been with me for 10 years. And he knows how this works. You like it? Okay, great. Got your paperwork? Fill all this out online. I'm going to send it to him. We're going to fill all this out. And then I'm going to upload it, send it right on over to the CHA. Oh, he already got the rent offer, and he said yes. So the next thing is an inspection, because they do it that way now. They don't do the inspection and then the rent offer. They tell you now, hey, this is how much we're offering you. Do you accept this rent? Yes, I do. So now the inspection is set for like a week later. Inspection passed, because we just had an inspection pass yesterday. Thank you very much. And contacted this one, my client, talking about two different ones now, because this one, my client, he wanted his property listed. I'm like, okay, whatever. I still get paid. So now all the paperwork is sent up to the department. Everybody's checked out. And then we're like, okay, inspection passed. When do you want to move in? All right. So this process takes about 7-8 weeks. And what? I can't help that. It just is. That's the way it is. And he pays a move-in fee or not. Hey, I don't have a move-in fee that can he take it in stages? I'm like, look, hold on a second. Let me go ahead and send a referral over to a countless number of agencies that have received this $900 million to share, so that you will have money to pay for move-in fee. So I'm going to go ahead, get on my computer. and send a referral and a request who got $500 for this veteran to move in. In addition to that, who has some funding to get this veteran a bed or some furniture and furnishings? Oh, yeah, all y'all got something. So, whatever you have, just email me so I can let the veteran know what he's to look forward to when he moves into that unit using his Section 8 voucher. That is a federal benefit by the federal government, the VA and HUD. But you have realtors out here, you're not approved. There's some there. I'm going to print it out and I will bring it and read some verbiage from the federal from the federal protections, various acts that protect homeless veterans with this moving paper, with this HUD VASH voucher. Y'all just don't know, and then you want to say, thank you for your service. I speak to veterans so much. They like, you know what? I'm on public TV right now, so I can't really tell y'all what veterans really think about y'all when y'all say that. And these veterans don't have it all together. So what are you really thanking us for? What? And some people say, well, I'm thanking you for your courage, that you had the courage to do what you did. What do you know about what I did? I mean, I come on here and tell y'all what happened to me and the courage that I had to live with all of those years after it happened. But you want to thank me for what? You want to thank veterans for what? What do we do for you? And now we turn around, we're homeless, and all you can say is thank you for your service because you never went to my bio to buy any books to learn how to help these homeless veterans. You're thanking. That part. I don't have on my glasses. Oh, somebody said exactly. I know they be getting on my nerves with that. So then you've got oh, I didn't even look at y'all over here on I apologize. Let me put on my glasses and see what these people are saying. What are you guys saying on YouTube? Ha. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. What's the future of veterans housing advocacy? Get the books, and then it will be a wonderful future because then the community will know what to do to help homeless veterans. So go to my bio and get some books. How can education prevent veterans homelessness long term? Go to my bio and get some books, and you can help them prevent it by knowing what to do in the neighborhood. What keeps you motivated to continue this work? I was a homeless veteran, and I know there's not enough of us advocates on boots on the ground doing what I do as a realtor. And I know that for a fact because I talked to them. And in the beginning, when I was going on the MLS looking, I needed someplace in a different neighborhood. I don't have that in my inventory. So now I got to go on the MLS and say, hey, I'll call them up, let them know, hey, this is Yvette with Real People Realty. And I'm working with a veteran who is looking for a unit and your unit fits the bill. This veteran is using federal funds to pay the rent. What federal funds? They have HUD VASH. What's that? Well, in layman's term, it's a Section 8 voucher. I don't know how to work with that. Don't worry about it. I can do everything. You're gonna do what you do, and I'll do and I'll guide you through that. But we need to get this done. Let let me ask my client. Oh, he said no. He said we're not gonna. He can't accept a voucher because it didn't pass inspection. What? What? You both of y'all cuckoo, because first of all, you just violated, and I'm about to hit that red flag because you just violated. Yes, go read about the red flag. Number two, he never had an inspect. Has he had an inspection before on the unit? If you say you're his realtor, you don't know how to work with Section 8. How would he know if it didn't pass or it won't pass inspection if he's never had an inspection? He doesn't even know what the inspectors are looking for. What? So that's some of the stuff I be getting. But I haven't had to because I've created systems. And that's how I've been able to house over 5,000 homeless veterans. And still to this day, I just got to check a commission. Oh, thank you for that. I just got a commission today. And it's like my clients know what they're getting into. When I say call them up, hey, I got a veteran with a 2-bed. Is your unit ready already? Thank you for that. Is your unit ready already? Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get an appointment. So, what's your availability? When can you be there to show your unit? I don't go showing. I'm not trying to do that. Well, I teach you how to sit in this seat and make your money. Especially if you are a realtor, I teach you how to build your CRM, your database, your preferred investors. I have a video. Let me see if I have that video. Hold on one second. I want to show y'all this video of one of my investors. Is it on here? Please. Please be here. He had just called. No, but he texted me and said, can you call me? It'll just take 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, give me 5 minutes. Then I'll call you. Oh, it's on YouTube. I thought I had downloaded it here. But in any case, he said, he thanked me. He's got a 2-bedroom unit available now. And I sent one veteran over there. And that veteran was like, it's too small. I said, okay, don't worry about it. It's not for you. It's not for your family. Thank you for that lovely Christmas tree. I said, don't worry about it. So I talked to John and he said, oh, he seemed to like it. I said, John, he said it was too small. So we'll just keep looking for the right person. He said, oh, Yvette, I'm so glad you said that. I'm like, thank you. He said, because he said these tenants that I have here that you placed, they've been here over 10 years. And he said the one woman gave him a hug, and said, please never change our family. And she works a full-time job, but she's renting from him. Then it's 2 more. Well, actually, my great niece. One of them is my great niece. I had to give her special treatment. So she lives. Oh, thank you I love SpongeBob. Thank you. So she lives there too. He moved her from a 2-bedroom to a 3-bedroom because she had another baby while she was living there. So now she's in and these units are like condo units in a private 4-unit building. And he's the owner. And he just thanked me profusely for, letting him know that, hey, this guy is not the one. And then he has another veteran. He said he's been there thank you so much. He's been there for the longest. He said something about his lease from when he first moved in. And I said, okay, so we got to get that over there to him for what, I don't know. That's been 12 years. So I got to go back and look in .loop and see which file is in. Because before .loop, I was just, I don't know how I was doing it. Then we got on .loop. Then I started using .loop. That's 12 years ago. Oh, so this is what I teach you how to do. You want to do veterans housing. You want to do transitional housing. You want, and the only thing I talk about is veterans. That's it. You want to say, well, I got veterans and other people. I can't help you with other people. I can only thank you so much for all this love. I can only help you with veterans because that's where I've been for over 22 years. Yeah. Let me see. Somebody else, y'all got something to ask me? What y'all want to talk about? Wiggly, the roses. Girl, you over here throwing up. Come on now. Come on now. Tossing it up. Thank you so much for that. And then, thank you. Let me see. Who's over here? James Shannon. Oh, thank you for the like. 192 people on YouTube. Let me see. What are y'all asking me? Wait, I gotta come up to comments. Let me see. Oh my God, I keep on. It's a lot of comments over here. My apologies. What keeps you motivated? Oh, I told you that. What does boots on the ground really mean in practice? Getting yourself out there doing the work. That's what boots on the ground mean. Get yourself out there and do the work. How that looks to you. How can we better support transitioning service members? Get my books and read them. That book, the book, A Guide to Veterans Shared Living Models. This is where, if you want to be a provider, this is where you start. If you're somebody who says, well, I don't want to be a provider, but I do want to support. There's one young lady on, let me put y'all up on something. Thank you so much, Tish. There's one young lady on TikTok, and she provides housing. She's the housing locator for seniors, and for any income range. And I'm like, you go, girl. You go, girl. Because I know exactly what she's doing. And this is exactly what you would do for veterans. It doesn't matter what type of money they have, especially in our veterans community, because we have so many benefits. But if you don't know where this $900 million is, let me grab my money folder right quick. If you don't know where this money is, and we had to fight to get some of this money, we had to fight to get temporary transitional housing paid for today. Or was it yesterday? When did she move in? Is Marlene here to see when she and her caregiver went to the transitional housing because they were living in a tent? In a tent. That's the video that I'm going to show y'all again. And I'm like, wait a minute. I know these people still have money because I could see the money. This is the money right here. Over $900 million. And if you're in my private group, I send this to you. Get a book so you can learn something. So I sent them an email. I'm like, look, send them another email. Y'all have some more resources because this 72-year-old Army female veteran, 3 tours of duty, diabetes, sick, living in a tent with her caregiver. If she didn't have that caregiver with her, she would have been gone a long time ago with seizure disorders. He was there. He was there when she was in that seizure disorder catastrophic event to get her to safety so she would be alive. And she's alive today because of her caregiver. And it's not the first time that this has happened. She's been in a tent and in her car since January. Her house was stolen by a corrupt somebody. Still in here. I appreciate, hi, still in here. I appreciate you motivating me. Thank you, Jose. Yeah, I got to. I have to. You are a lifesaver and a life changer. And I'm glad you showed up. I wish I could. You know what? I want to bring you up. I can't even bring you on. But everybody, Chuck Baby Jose, he's the one I'm talking about right now on TikTok. I met him and the female veteran. As a matter of fact, he introduced me to the senior female veteran, Sergeant Wolf, right here on TikTok in August. I'm like, oh, hell no, it's time to fight. And that's why I say, realtors, you can be the solution to solving homeless veterans' problems, especially the homeless veterans with resources coming to you. If a homeless veteran was issued a HUD-VASH voucher, this is ours here in Chicago. If they were issued this voucher, that means they got money to pay for rent. According to the federal laws and guidelines, it's okay. It's okay to rent to them without all the extras that you want to do to get them denied. Because that's what you're doing. That's exactly what, and I think some of y'all know this too. I don't want to work with a homeless veteran. They drink, they drug, they're not stable in the head. Oh no, I heard some real bad things about how you get homeless in the first place. Ew, what did you do? You know, that's the reality. That's what I receive. When I'm talking to my realtor colleagues, that's what I receive. And not perceive, that's what I receive from their mouth to my ear. What's wrong with them? Are they going to spaz out? They got PTSD? Are they what you call the word addicts? Are they alcoholics? This is what I hear from the realtor community. And that's why I stopped asking them. I don't want to have to defend my fellow veteran due to some ignorance of you. That's all it is. And ignorance is just a lack of knowledge. So I encourage you to go and get my book and learn. Whereas, let me show y'all which book to get, realtor. Go get if you know a realtor, let them know. Let them know. I wrote the book. I lived the book. As a realtor, I lived, and I still do live this book every single day. This is my blueprint. Over 22 years, done created my coach told me, he said, Yvette, you know, you done made a multi-million-dollar income housing homeless veterans. I'm like, yeah, you know what? When I add it up, you're right. But realtors, y'all think, and you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put my master class together and see what realtors show up. But you got to get the book. If you don't get the book, you got to get the book in order to be in the master class. So I'll know you have the book because you bought the book from my platform. Ooh, wee. But that's the problem. And what people don't understand is in the real estate community is that um, homeless veterans housing is real estate. Duh, where you going to put a homeless person? It's somebody's real estate. Somebody's going to get paid to house this homeless veteran. Right now, my female veteran and her caregiver are in an extended stay. Guess what? Somebody's getting paid. That extended stay is getting paid. And if there was an investor in Charlottesville, Virginia, who would have accepted her $1,901 voucher, he or she would have been getting paid every month. But you don't know how to do what I do. Get some books. Go to my bio so you can learn. And stop saying we shouldn't have homeless veterans when you are attributing to that problem. I showed you HUD VASH, and I have a master class coming up on HUD VASH. Oh, where to find them too. And I also showed you $900 million. This is two separate monies. This is not the same money. This right here is 411 organizations that are sharing $900 million right now. Right now. Let me read 235. Let me go back all the way to the top. Washington, the Department of Veteran Affairs today announced more than $818 million in grants to 235 organizations across the country to help veterans who are homeless or at risk of becoming homeless. VA awards grants based on a number of factors, including the grant recipient's experience and past performance in providing supportive services to veteran families, the need in the area or community where the program will be based. Throughout the fiscal year 2026, the grants will fund local organizations as they help veterans access housing. That's on the top of the list. Housing and housing counseling. And then healthcare, then go to the VA. Financial planning services. Why would they want any of that? Why would the VA say, we're going to give you some money and we want you to have a program for financial planning services, for child care, have a program because some of these veterans are families and they have children. That's another plug for your what? For your veteran shared living model homes. I mean, I show you all of this, how you connect all of these businesses together where you are receiving the funding one way or the other. When you first come into veteran shared living model homes using the government's money, you're not going to walk right into the door and start receiving government funding. So don't say that, how long is it going to take? Didn't you just hear me say, let me go back. Past performance in providing supportive services to veteran families. Past performance. So if you're brand new and you've never done this before, first of all, go get the book. And it's going to take you, based on the contracts, past performance, how much time do they need to see what you have been doing in your veteran shared living model home in order so that when you go and put in a respond to an RFI or an RFQ or sources sought because they're looking and you fit the bill. So when you're responding to these government requests, you can show past performance because you opened up your veteran shared living model home 3 years ago. And your program has been, oh, thank you for that. Your program has been moving veterans along. along the cycle of transitioning to an apartment, to a house they done bought, to refinance it and buying a 4-unit. What? And your program can show over the past 2 or 3 years progress and improvement of the veterans who you had shacked up in your veteran shared living model. That's what I teach you. All this, all this other stuff. You can go on and make your money that way. Go ahead. Go right ahead. But let me tell y'all how much some of these contracts are for. And then you reevaluate your veteran shared living model home. Let's go right to the top in Oregon. And I got something to tell y'all about these not-for-profit organizations whose names you have been hearing for decades. In Oregon, Easter Seals. Easter Seals does veterans housing, and they got $4 million to do it. Y'all just didn't know. Y'all just didn't know about these organizations that were receiving all of this money to house homeless veterans. But I did. I know where the money is in all these organizations and how to properly work with HUD Vash as a realtor. And I teach you how to do that in my master class. Okay, let me see, Jose. Thank you for giving my caregiver the credit he is due. You deserve that. I already know. She couldn't be out there. And I told her too. I said, you could be out there by yourself. God sent you to her. And God sent y'all to me. And vice versa. Hold on. Let me see what else. YouTube. Oh my God. YouTube. What time is it? 6:17. How do you balance business with mission-driven work? Oh, I can read the letter. Hey, where's Marlene? Hey, Marlene, I'm glad the swelling went down in your legs, sleeping in that damn SUV in that tent. I knew they had, you know what? Let's not even talk about it. But I told you that they still got money. So I'm going to answer this question with the letter in my book. So this question from Jason says, how do you balance business with mission-driven work? And it says here, this letter was written in 2012, August 24th, 2012. And it's in this book. Hold on. It's in media. Let me go down here. Okay, how do you balance business with mission-driven work? So Jim is still one of my investors to this day. August 24th, 2012. To whom it may concern, I'm writing regarding Yvette Jones and Miss Jones Real Estate Broker Services. I have known and worked with Miss Jones for over 2 years. During that time, and so that was 2010 when we started working. Hey, hon, I haven't been able to sit down and dig into my book, but that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. Good. Did you send me your picture yet? Because so many people are joining now. It's wonderful. And I want to make sure, because I am going to get all the pictures on the board too. I love making boards. Okay, so he said, I have known and worked with Miss Jones for 2 years. She has not only rented many of our 400 apartments, but she has done so in an extremely professional and friendly manner. We have come to consider Miss Jones a business partner, a colleague, and a friend. Miss Jones is a unique rental agent and broker in that she is able to successfully represent property owners, tenant applicants, and property buyers in a way that everyone benefits. She has an incredibly big heart, but also a nose for business, which is a rare and valuable combination. We believe that because Miss Jones is such a genuine person, she has an endless stream of contacts that significantly benefit her business partners. If you would like to discuss how Miss Jones has helped our firm, please do not hesitate to call. And his phone number is still the same. It's in the book. So how do I stay, what do you say? How do you balance business with mission-driven work? I don't know. I just do. And the reason I do it is because it's needed. I truly believe we all have callings. And I believe everything that happened to me in my life up to this point was a calling and why I got here. So I went away to the military for an education and financial stability. I mean, eventually got it. Took a long time. It took a process. So I went there and something had to happen to me. That was the MST. But I was there. I did everything. I took apart and cleaned and put my M16 back together. I learned how to read maps, the terrain. I learned, a whole lot of stuff. We had to study. We were tested. And this was even before I went to basic training. Come back the next month and we had to present arm. I'm like, okay. So when I went to basic training, what happened to me there had to happen in order for me to come. Let me see. I can't wait. Okay, good. And then it had to happen to me that I married a military man who was still actively serving in the Marine Corps. So I'm still in the military, atmosphere. And then my brother came to stay with us, and I got to saw that part of a serviceman being discharged, and my brother was real messed up when he got out. He his platoon was in Beirut, and it was during a bombing, and everybody perished. And my brother was not there. He was in the hospital with a broken bone. So he came back really, really messed up. And I didn't know what happened to him. Not until he told me years later when he became a counselor. He's an LCSW now. I believe he's LCSW. And he works at the VA working with veterans who are just like him. And I got to see that all roll out. And so what keeps me motivated is that I keep meeting veterans who were just like me, who were just like my brother, who were just like all the veterans who I've ever housed. And nobody was there to help them. And they're homeless. I'm like, wait a minute, what? I was the same way. But you know what the difference is? I know how to help you. I know how to help you get out of that situation. And they're like, really, Yvette? For real? Because I just want to live somewhere and I want to go back to school and I've got so many things that I want to do in life. I'm like, good. because you can accomplish all of that and more. You are a veteran, and we have benefits, and these benefits take us very far. And that's why I say, if you are in the business of veterans housing, transitional housing, then you need to learn. You need to learn. Well, go get my book in the bio and, really, really make a difference in somebody's life. I mean, I've housed veterans who were living in U-Haul facilities. He was in a U-Haul facility. He's in my book. Hold on, let me get my book. And he was in there for 11 months. When he initially called me, I said, yeah, I got one place. That's him right here. And the board did a story. I'm like, well, it's a lot of them like that. So let me come on in and train these realtors how to do this. We need more help. We do. And what was I talking about? I forgot. But anyway, I had one place, and I'm like, yeah, no, you can't go there. No. I said, I'm going to continue looking, and I'll call your case manager. That's his case manager's letter in the book as well. His case manager, social worker, wrote a letter, and it's in the book too. It's in the Collaborative Housing Solutions for Homeless Veterans, for social workers, case managers, human care professionals, and first responders. And the reason, and as a realtor, no, I don't like turning down commission now, but when it comes to somebody's safety, yeah, I'm turning down a commission. Yvette, but it's available. He can roll right in. I say, yeah, he can, can't he? But yeah, it's not the best place for him. But don't worry, I'll find somebody else. So months went by, and nothing, because being in a wheelchair, that's special accommodations. That's ADA. And he's got to be able to get in and move around, and nothing came up. Nothing came up. And I would have 2,000, 1,500. If I got below 500 units, I'm like, what? Because I always like to have options for my veterans. So she called me, the social worker, and told me about this veteran who was in a U-Haul in a wheelchair. And I looked through my files, because I keep everybody in a list. I still do in my book. And I'm like, wait a minute, I talked to him back here. You mean to tell me you're the social worker? There's a housing locator. There's a case manager. There's a program manager. And all these people are at the VA. All these people are at the VA. And none of y'all could find him any place. And then we get over to CHA. You have you got some housing locators over there too. And they can also say, go to this website and go look where that is. So 6, 7 people, and none of y'all could find him one place. I said, you know what? I always say this, and I'm always going to say it when somebody doesn't want to learn. Useless. Useless. Don't ask me nothing. Go read a book. And then you can join my private group and learn even more. And you don't have to be useless and say nothing. So I stayed up all night. As far from me, I was sleepy. But how I stay motivated is that, look, he's homeless. in a wheelchair, in a U-Haul facility, laying on a pallet of clothes. He didn't have a mattress in that U-Haul. He told me how he survived. He's a Marine. No, I'm sorry, Coast Guard. But he told me how he survived. So, needless to say, I found him a condominium downtown Chicago, overlooking Navy Pier. He's on a corner, so he could see Navy Pier on the northeast, and he could see Wrigleyville, Wrigley Field. We called it Comiskey Park back in the day, Sox Park, to the south from a U-Haul. And couldn't one realtor or 7 employees of various departments find him housing. So that's what I teach you how to do. That's what I teach you how to do. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to house a homeless veteran. What you're doing is saving somebody's life who saved yours. Because if it wasn't for the military, then we would be we have a free-for-all country. If it wasn't for these loud mouths in our government, in our military, we would be in trouble. Look at these countries being blown up every day and catastrophic. I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I don't live there. We are in America, and our military has kept us safe. Whether you know it or not, whether you like them or not, they have kept you and everybody safe. And you want to sit up and scrutinize what's wrong, why you homeless. How dare you? Learn something so you can stop perpetuating those lies about homeless veterans. Make your money, because the government ain't asked you to do this for free. That's the beauty of it all. Once you learn, you can earn. But if you don't, then you won't. Well, that rhymed, didn't it? I wasn't even trying to. And that's, I wrote the books. So you have no excuse. And for those who send me emails talking about, can we have a conversation? No. We have consultations. And I don't talk to anybody unless you have read. You come to me read. Because otherwise, it's just me telling you something that you don't even know nothing about. And I'm not wasting my breath. You want to learn really how to house homeless veterans? Go get some books. Join my private group and learn some more. That's it. I'm going to get off of here on LinkedIn and Facebook. And I just want to thank y'all for being here. But this is serious. It's cold out. If Tunnels to Towers didn't come through, Marlene and Jose, they still would have been in a damn tent in an SUV going back and forth to the hospital. I'm like, wait a minute. I know y'all got some more money. How long can y'all put them up until this tobacco is squared away of them losing the voucher? Because y'all got the money. Because now this is gone all over. When I tell y'all how far this has gone up, they found that money. They want to be in the good. Yes. So anywho, let me see what y'all saying over here. How do I balance? Okay, very well. What advice would you give new realtors entering this space? Learn. Go get my book. All of them. How can community leaders get involved today? Email me and hire me to come and conduct workshops, but you got to buy my books to read first. What role do landlords play in these partnerships? How housing providers. What? They are the housing provider. Thank y'all for being here. If you have not liked and shared and click that bell to follow, please do so at the time. And if you're interested in my upcoming masterclass to teach you how to work with veterans using HUD-VASH, then send me an email and I'll send you the pay link. Thank you. Ciao. But if you don't know nothing, don't ask me nothing. Go get some books first and learn.
Across America, too many of our heroes return home only to face another battle, the fight for stable housing. Veterans are overrepresented in the homeless population, often caught in a system that is complex, slow, and full of barriers. At VetMentors, we're changing that narrative. For over 20 years, we've been boots on the ground, not just identifying the problem, but building real solutions. That's why we created the U.S. Military Veterans Educational and Resource Guide book series, a groundbreaking collection designed to educate, equip, and empower. These guidebooks are written not only for veterans, but also for the communities, organizations, and leaders who serve them. From step-by-step housing models to funding strategies, this series gives social workers, case managers, realtors, and first responders the tools they need to act with speed, dignity, and impact. VetMentors believes housing is not charity. It's a mission, a responsibility, and a pathway to restoring honor. Every guidebook in this series is a resource designed to make sure no veteran is left behind, and no community has to say, "We didn't know how to help." This is how we turn challenges into victories. I'm Yvette Jones Swanson, Army veteran, CEO of VetMentors LLC, and I invite you to join us in rewriting the story for America's veterans.